Oh, yay. Alrighty, we have 7 o'clock and the go live works the first time, so we'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. There are 2 additions under new business. We're going to add the Melness property and then employee review. So with those changes, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion.
I'll say it.
Motion by Rick, second by Jeremy. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Any public comments? And I know we brought it up last time. I did have some feedback. So, obviously, everyone's welcome to have public comments, but we're going to ask that people come up to that chair one by one, so people who are watching can better hear. So, are there any public comments? Okay. All right, so we will review the referendum petitions for resolutions 105, TAC 25, and 106, TAC 25 to determine there will be an election in June.
So these are the 2 water and sewer final ones.
Okay.
These are some of the codified laws that I followed throughout the whole time. And these are ones that were denied.
Okay.
So there was some that was incorrect first and they redone them
Yes.
quick and
Actually,
got them back in.
They only be like front and back paper. The first time they printed 4 sheets.
Oh,
Second time they printed 2 sheets. And then they got it right.
So did you make copies or? Okay.
so they got the required number of signatures.
Yeah.
And they got them in on time, I understand.
Yeah, 3 minutes to
Fairly.
spare.
Yeah, I've never had an anxiety attack until that day.
So is it okay if they are photocopies?
I could read them.
Right, no, I don't mean that, like that first page, like,
I accepted it. Couldn't read it.
okay. Yeah, I didn't know the rules. Yeah. Maybe we'll go this way so that we can speed it up.
How many do you have to have?
Did you say 23?
Yeah.
23.
No, review them.
Did you? These two?
They were the incorrect ones?
Yeah.
And the thing you said was incorrect, is that they weren't front and back
Yeah.
papers?
And that would seem like a really trivial.
I mean, without reason,
I
I
for
assume
sure
this.
had codified laws out those 2 days.
Well, those
I'm not
rules
saying
are
it's
in place
anything-
for a reason.
Yeah,
I
I'm not
don't
saying
know what
it's
they
your
are,
fault.
but.
Weird one.
This is very stressful 2 days.
Did we lose the other one?
That one, this one.
No,
Those are
these
the
are
rejected
These are the
ones.
rejected ones.
Did you accidentally put it in the bills?
No, he's got two in there.
Oh, we do?
Oh, you
Oh,
ha- oh.
okay. I was passing that one back the
I'm
other way.
like,
Okay.
How did we lose
Yeah.
it? One table.
Careful, you don't want to do that. They worked really hard for
Conspiracy.
that.
That's the second one, yeah. This is the first.
We just have to review, right? Okay. Does anyone have any comments on,
Do we have to make a motion to accept them, or
it says review.
I was gonna say that,
We do during a regular election, so
Do you?
don't we, when people turn in petitions?
You can, it's not your fault.
That's just to not
I'll
delay.
make a motion, we accept the petitions.
Yeah.
And I'll second.
Okay.
Whether we have to, I mean, not that we have to accept.
Right,
it, but
right.
that
That
Whether,
they're-
if we do need to
Right.
do it, we're covering that.
Yes.
So
I agree.
motion by Joe, second by Joel. Any further discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion
Geez,
carries.
another one.
All right, so I need a motion to recess our regular meeting and meet as the Board of Adjustments for roofing material.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Austin, second by Joe. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, we've got Christy Mogler who would like to put galvanized steel on the front porch of the house on Main Street. The house,
Benny's old house?
yes.
Okay.
So the house was roofed recently, but they still needed to do the front porch and now they're looking at using galvanized steel.
Per the ordinance.
Yes, per the ordinance, thank you, Brenda. It's a completely legitimate thing, it just needs the permission of the Board of Adjustments, which is the council.
Well, and I think it's similar to Huron's ordinance. Huron, you can use any color steel, but it has to be a standing seam, like the old ones. You can't use barn steel in Huron,
Oh,
which there's a lot of really ratty roofs that would look a lot better with barn steel than the way they are, so. And I mean, look at all the buildings popping up around and I don't see any harm in anybody using barn steel on any roof, for that matter.
Well, like you said, it would improve the looks of quite a few houses, so. Yeah, I haven't got a problem with it.
okay, so are you willing to make a
I'll
motion?
make a
to-
motion.
Okay,
I'll second.
motion by Joe, seconded by Joel, to approve the galvanized steel roofing. Any other discussion? All in favor?
I think you can get, I think you can get colors, the same price you can galvanized pretty much anymore.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes. Okay, we will adjourn as a Board of Adjustments and reconvene as our regular council. Which brings us to Banner.
Gotta make sure everybody hears you.
I know it's right there.
Right up under his chin.
Alrighty. I will start with phase 2A. On the phase 2A project, the water main work did take place. Again, that water main work was on Walters Avenue from 5th Street going south about 250 feet there, across the road from Brian Zeke's house. The water tower loop line on the north side of the tower, and then new 8-inch water coming into town from the new water tower to 4th Street southeast in the park intersection. This pay request includes all the water main work, a little bit of grading work, but there's still obviously some ditch grading that needs to take place on Park Avenue. Pay request 14 is in the amount of $238,004.66. Banner has reviewed the pay request and would recommend payment in that amount.
I'll make a motion.
One second.
Motion by Joe, second by Rick. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I guess just a quick update on 2A. So I know Rounds is planning to hopefully get over there starting tomorrow and get to working on grading the ditch on the west side of Park. They'll have a few utilities they have to verify. Hopefully, most of them will be deep enough. There may be a gas service or two that may be in conflict with getting that new ditch bottom established. If that is the case, we'll get a hold of Northwestern. It sounded like all those gas services were plastic, so it makes things a little bit easier. They can splice on, lower those if they need to. Once that work is completed, all that's left is seeding work over there. And that would be hopefully towards the end of this week. They're trying to kind of piggyback off of when they come for the phase 2B project and do that seeding. They're hoping they can have all that stuff over there ready to go. So, I guess any questions on 2A?
No, I've had several people ask me why we seed it in the fall.
Dormant.
Yeah.
So it's ready in the spring.
Dormant seed and
When it's ready.
Second best time to grow grass.
Yeah, a lot of people see
There's only
the
two
fall.
windows to hit, you know, that's
spring and fall.
right.
Yeah.
These people, they thought that spring was better.
And it will grow in the spring.
Yeah, I mean,
Just-
I guess it's,
Depends if the water is in the
You
spring.
can't put spring seed in the fall
Yeah,
though.
no.
You use red seed.
No, they'll end up dormant seeding.
Okay.
So, and we'll see how the dormant seed takes come springtime. If it doesn't take very well, they may have to come back and do some touch-up seeding in the spring. Next, phase 2B. Phase 2B, that is a little bit larger pay request. That does include all the asphalt and all the concrete work to this point, and then it does include there's some miscellaneous utility work, particularly the water main work that was done on the 4th and Main Avenue South intersection. That work is also in pay request 5. That pay request amount is $542,769.62. Banner has reviewed that pay request and would recommend payment in that amount.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Jeremy, second by Austin. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I don't know that I have a,
Does it only really print out the front?
I think so.
Sorry.
Okay, to move to the water tower.
You are, yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll give a little update on phase 2B. So obviously working on getting Main Avenue South open back up. The detour signage is down. So, I mean, worst case scenario, if somebody had to go that way, they can go that way. I know Rounds was working on it today. I think they were just working on the topsoil. So other than that, Main Avenue South should be open back up. Hopefully, Cedars were supposed to be here today. I'm guessing it'll either be tomorrow or Wednesday. Not really sure what day yet. Hopefully it's Wednesday. Tomorrow with it warming up a little bit, some of that frost might come out of the topsoil and it's going to be a little sticky. So hopefully they don't come tomorrow and make a mess, but they might. And then as far as remaining work on 2B this year, we're going to address 2nd Street between Fremont and Lake. I think the intent is Rounds is going to come in and try to remove 4 to 6 inches of that material and go back in with some sort of salvage gravel for the winter. That road kind of blew apart during the construction or the installation of that storm sewer. Along with that, they'll probably do a portion of the intersection, if not all of the intersection of 2nd and Lake as well. Around that manhole is pretty rough and has settled significantly just from the construction traffic. So
I'm going to put those cones on the east side
Yeah.
of Lake.
Yeah.
That way we don't put asphalt up on people's lawns when we're going to try it. If we have to, we'll move the cones accordingly, but because that really took a shit this year too with all the traffic and stuff.
yeah, between 2nd and 3rd there.
Yeah.
On that east side, there's that goofy bump out. So we're just gonna run cones along that and then try to keep most of the asphalt out of people's yards. So. Yes, any questions on 2B? Okay. Water tower. So for the water tower, we have change order 3. Change order 3 includes the addition of some site piping at the existing tower location. Originally, the scope of work had planned to go in and take the existing T and valves out and just sleeve pipe straight in, basically put straight pipe through there. And that was it.
Talking about the old tower.
Yep, right out here, right in front of the old tower. So we'd remove those 2 valves that were in the street, sleeve on with a short piece of pipe, and then bury it, put asphalt in. Talking with Brian, through all these projects, we've moved around kind of the bulk fill location for water between cities, contractors, and outside contractors. So we had discussed putting a T back in and running a fire hydrant out into what will be the gravel parking lot, I'll call it. That way Brian and Doug can have the bulk fill there off the road, and then people can basically pull in, fill, walk right inside the door, write down what the meter reading was, go out the alley behind City Hall or vice versa. So this change order is to include that additional site piping, fire hydrant, and it would be an increase on the contract amount of $8,395. And we reviewed that pricing and I guess would recommend approval of the change order.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Jeremy, second by Joel. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Water tower update, as I'm sure maybe you guys are a little interested.
We did.
So there was kind of an outstanding list of items that needed to be completed at the new tower prior to granting substantial completion. We had a progress meeting today, and last week McGuire did have a crew of guys up here for a good portion of the week. and they were able to complete, I would say 90% of everything on that list to be completed prior to substantial completion. There's a couple items outstanding. One of them is testing the overflow piping to ensure there's no leaks. That was one of them that was leaking at every joint. We're going to do that on Friday morning. And so once that's completed, we'll have to kind of talk with Brian and Doug and see, the other outstanding items, I'll call them. They are maybe a little more on the smaller end where they could go onto a punch list and see if that's the right approach, and then grant them substantial completion. As of today, the city of Lake Preston is using the new water tower. So Brian was out there this morning, Kingbrook came, everything got switched over. So the city is using the new water tower. And then Brian's currently in the process of emptying the old water tower.
Okay.
So they are planning Wednesday morning at 6:30 to start tearing down the existing tower.
Was that what the water was today?
Yeah.
Cause I had a resident, next door resident going, can you get hold of Brian? There's a lot of water coming out of the water tower.
He forgot about.
Oh yeah, that was the news. No, it was, Brian went around this morning, closed all the valves and forgot one at the existing tower. So when we kicked the new tower on, the two towers equalized. And so the new tower was only at 17 feet as far as its height, which overflows this tower. So that's what the water was from.
Okay, I figured it was something overflowing or
So
something.
we got the valves closed, and then we just put a hose basically into the storm sewer and flushed the storm sewer with the water. So, but yeah, hopefully, I mean, that the new tower will be down Wednesday, the existing tower will be down
Hope the new one
Wednesday.
isn't down
Yeah.
yet. Of course, the way this whole thing is going, I kind of wonder.
Yeah, they said about 8 hours to take the existing tower down. So,
Does Banner still hope to be able to bring a drone to?
yep. So I'm gonna be over here Wednesday morning at 6:30. Figure out. Though it'll be a little slower in the morning. They got to get up there, take the wind vane down. They got to take all of Kingbrook's cables down that go up as well, and the antennas down. They got to get the bell down and the siren. So that'll probably be what they do first. Plus, they have to tarp City Hall and tarp the house on the south side of 3rd Street. And then once they get all that stuff done, then I would assume they'll go right for the bowl, cut it in half, lift her down, load it out. So
it's tarping the house and this, in case something goes wrong, so they can't see it coming, or?
Surprise! I didn't know they were doing that. They've been calling Brian directly. I don't know if it's with all the, any dust and,
I think sparks.
paint and
I suppose.
sparks and.
Imagine they're gonna use cutting torches or
Yeah.
something.
Well,
Yeah, that's-
And any of the, because of the lead paint type
Mhm.
thing, I suppose if there's any.
Yeah,
drift from it
residual, yeah.
burning and stuff.
So, but yes, we are
Contained.
like a silage tarp is what Brian explained. It was what they explained to Brian.
Like the whole building?
Yeah, they're basically gonna just pull it up.
Don't come to
over
work
City
that day, Brenda, don't worry about it.
I was just thinking, God, I could hide from residents.
Hall. Yeah.
It might be good safe to get stuff done.
Yeah, but no, we do plan on flying the drone and taking some pictures, and then I talked with our marketing gals, and they're gonna bring a GoPro over as well, and we're gonna try to find a good place to set it up, and they're gonna just leave it up all day with a external battery pack and do like a time lapse video for you guys.
I suppose Kiloline can't turn and see that neither, can they?
I don't know.
We made it on TV twice last week, so. Once for the fire on Main Street, and then when we were doing driving practice, that was on Kiloland live cam and stuff. Cause I called my sister and she said, yep, what are you guys doing? Cause Brian was gonna turn it towards it, and he said, hey, all of a sudden they took it over and they're moving around wherever they want to and stuff, so.
So yeah, I guess that's kind of the schedule on the water tower. They are gonna do the site piping work at the existing tower, but there's a good chance that they get the curb and gutter in, driveway approach and sidewalk. But in the roadway where the asphalt needs to go, it's all gonna be dependent on how long it takes them, because they're kind of running out of days to get that paved back in. So there is the potential there's gonna be a patch that would be gravel over the winter. Brian said he was okay with it if it comes to that point, but hopefully they can get in and get it done. And
Well, you'd
Still
rather
be able to
get
get
by
some
that
asphalt.
way than having
we'll see.
getting it, rushing it done and then not having it
Mhm.
be quality enough that it won't
Right,
stand up,
right.
so.
Most of the asphalt plants are closing the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, but that week is only in-town work is what I've been hearing. So, and there's no plant in Lake Preston to do in-town paving. So we'll see what they can come up with, but worst case scenario, it might just be gravel there for the winter.
There's been different places lived with it through the winter before with these
Yeah.
projects, so it's not the end of the world.
Yep. Next two items, TAP grant, chip seal. So Brian and I talked a little bit today. I got to follow up with the team that's working on the TAP grant and get together and get our landowner meetings done here, preferably before Thanksgiving would be ideal. Still just need to figure out with Brian how we want to do them. If we want to just go through, make a list of the residents, send them a letter and say this day from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. is landowner meetings, or, you know, I'm sure a lot of them are probably work during the day and probably out of town. So we might have to do it from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
I think
is
you'll catch a
landowner
lot more
meetings.
people that in those 3 hours than 8 hours of daytime.
Yeah. And that was my initial thought. And we're flexible. If we have to do it that way to catch people, that'll be just what we need to do. So I'm not worried about the school. You know, I think that one will be easy. Boomers would obviously be an easy one to even just go stop in there or get a hold of whoever we need to. Those two I'm probably least concerned with.
Sure.
You know, just be finding a time for all the other residents who either work out of town or work 8 to 5, you know, to try to make it. So I'll see what the team from Banner thinks and then talk with Brian and Doug. But ultimately, I'd kind of like to leave it up to the city. If you guys feel 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. would be better. Again, it's only like 15-minute time slots. We'll go through the plan sheet, go through what the temporary easement looks like. And then if it looks good, they'll sign the temporary easement and we'll carry on. So,
Okay.
but I will follow up on that. And then as far as the chip seal project, again, there was a stop work order issued for any of the work this year. I know Justin Booker with Banner is working on trying to arrange a meeting with Aztec for all the other communities as well. Basically be one meeting for all the other communities as well and determine, you know, what the plan would be come next spring and would they be willing to hold their prices to allow more work to be change ordered on? Because obviously in the case of Lake Preston, just like a bunch of the other communities on there, they had a plan to do chip seal in 25, but they also had plans to do some chip sealing in 26. Now it's kind of all falling into 1 year. Would they honor their prices? So we'll, as soon as I know more, I will let you guys know as well, and we'll have to kind of plan / work with Brenda, Brian, and Doug on budgeting for next year as far as what was planned for this year now moved into next year, plus if there's any chip sealing that needs to be done next year, which there is. So we'll have to kind of work through that. Maybe the scope isn't as large, but if we can change order it on at the same unit prices, maybe we can get another 3-4 blocks, you know.
That'd be nice.
Might not be 7, but
Yeah.
So we'll work through that. I'll keep in touch with Brian and Brenda and Doug on that. So
Okay. Sounds good.
Got one other question.
yes,
August 1st was deadline for substantial completion of the new water tower.
Correct.
So are penalties still counting up?
Correct.
Okay.
So in the committee's part, the water committee is gonna have to meet with like us and Cedric to review.
Who's the water committee?
Jeremy, Joe, and Pooh.
It's gotta be me. I'm on everything.
You are.
Well, I know how I'm gonna vote.
Well, so that question did get brought up today in our progress meeting by McGuire. They wanted to sit down and have a meeting like soon. And our response was no. I mean, let's get to substantial completion. Final completion is December 1st. So if they reach substantial completion, we'll say next week sometime, we'll just say next Monday, the 17th. Then we generate a punch list, provide them with a punch list. That punch list has to be done before final completion. If it's not, LD start again at the final completion dollar amount. So if there's 40 items on the punch list and they only get 10 done by December 1st and the other ones linger into February, we'll say that dollar amount for final completion, LDs, is accruing until that punch list is complete. So basically the discussion was until you reach substantial and until you reach final, we're gonna have one meeting to discuss everything. That way we don't have to sit down and try to discuss substantial completion LDs, and then if they get into final completion LDs, we'd have to sit down and do it again. And then ultimately they would go together and into one change order. So it just makes more sense to do everything at once.
Did you work with McGuire's before?
This is my first water tower. So I haven't, but yes, they have done other water towers for us.
Has it been this rough with all of them?
It
It just doesn't seem smooth, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I think other ones have gone better, and I think other ones have gone worse. To be honest, they've grown very quickly. I do know that as far as a company as a whole, they've went from a smaller company to one of the biggest companies, as far as what tanks go. So
I suppose at the end of the day, as long as everything passes inspection,
yeah,
we're good.
I mean, at the end of the day, as long as everything is built per the plans and specifications and meets those requirements, that's what the city of Lake Preston is looking for, and that's what the contract obligates them to do. So, and that's what I guess Banner's role is, to ensure that all those are met.
Well, it's gonna be kind of hard to take it back to the store.
Yeah. Yep. So, no, I think that would be something coming up here. Brian and Doug and Brenda will obviously be a little more involved, knowing kind of where the schedule is. I only get like once a month to, let you guys know, but we'll kind of see how things progress. I mean, the explanation I gave to McGuire today was, to this point, there hasn't been a lot of effort to get this work completed.
Lack of hustle.
We notified
Lack
them.
of bodies.
Well, yeah, I mean, some of these things they were notified on August 22nd of, that just got corrected last week. So, I mean, that's just an example, right? So the response to them today was, well, let's get it to substantial, let's get it to final, put in the effort to get it there, and maybe there's some good grace at the end of the day from the city of Lake Preston. So.
Any other questions?
Nope. That's just what I figured was going on yet, but
Yep.
I'll keep in contact with you three.
She'll shoot you an email. Thank you, Cedric.
Yep. Thanks.
Much appreciated.
All right, minutes for the October 6th regular meeting. Anything strike anyone's fancy?
So moved.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want
Yeah.
to put the mic in the center or something. Thank you.
All right, I've got a motion by Joe,
Second it.
second by Austin. Any other discussion on the minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Committee reports.
That's that email. It didn't go through.
No committees?
No, my note was just for the water committee.
Okay. Okay. Doug, water sewer street?
Yeah, guess I'll step up this meeting.
I was gonna say, it's pretty hard to pass the buck tonight.
As you know, construction's winding down. Finishing up with dirt work and cedars will be in soon. And old water tower, Cedric said, is coming down Wednesday. We're gonna finish emptying it tomorrow. We thought it held 50,000. Well, somewhere in here, Brian found it held somewhere around 74,000. So he just shut it off for the night. And went on, and then had to order a part for the boiler in the back. That's supposed to be here tomorrow. And then I guess we have a question. When is too early to put up the Christmas lights? We kind of like to do that when the weather's in our favor.
Mhm.
Well, if you go by Menards and everybody else,
Yeah.
not long after the 4th of July.
So if we get a nice day window, we'd like to, I mean, once we put them up, we'll plug them in and they're on.
PCW.
It's kind of a seasonal thing
Right.
for that. I mean,
Oh,
we've got a
yeah,
couple of
yeah,
nice
yeah,
days
yeah.
coming up.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've had to put them up in snow and crap and
Well, it wouldn't be fun.
No,
we're good with
yeah,
that.
mine are up waiting for
Mine
respectful
are too.
time,
Okay.
but
And of course,
freezing.
the new water tower is up and going and they seeded the lot and everything, so. That's what all I got.
okay. Questions for Doug? All right, finance officer.
Okay, so I had a quick meeting with Toby Morris for the hayfield, the tip that we plan on doing. So South Dakota Housing, their money is getting reallocated to different things. And so he wants to try to get in there before it's turned to other things.
Mhm.
And so the one resolution that we have tonight is for that. He's hoping to get quite a bit of the funding from that, and then we'll work on the TIF documents and. Let's see. Oh, okay, so safety benefits was here last month, and I think I might have put it in your thing, but this is just showing you
summary.
guys respectable things during interviews.
Oh, sure,
Oh,
Yeah.
yep, I started
Oh.
reading through that.
like what you
Can't
cannot
add.
ask.
Yeah,
Like,
do's and
and
don'ts.
That's good to keep in mind. It's hard to even call and get a recommendation anymore, because you're not allowed to.
We can't say anything.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I had a pit bull complaint. I think I might have put that in there. Went into his yard. I then called over to the sheriff's office and they did a ticket.
Was any damage done as a result of the attack? Anybody bitten or?
No,
I don't think so.
no.
Well, it depends on how you read the description.
Yeah,
I believe he got his dog into the kennel before.
Yeah,
They-
but that,
okay,
And
That's-
then,
so it was a close call.
mhm.
right, and then I think it was a close call for him. And then I
Okay.
don't know if he got into his garage or the house and got a gun and fired it at the ground. So. Yeah.
Another exciting day.
Okay, so I started working on some of the collections and getting them sent in. Okay, so 2 of the people on my list are dead.
A little difficult to
Good,
collect.
good luck collecting off of
Of
them.
course, we knew the one, but I just found out that the other ones did. So I was asking other communities, like, what they did, because we can't put those on taxes.
Right.
And so, like, we can write off those amounts. So I don't know if you guys want to do that in December or.
The second one you just found out, was it a recent death?
No.
Oh, okay, then, yeah, that might be the only option. Like, I know when I did my mom's estate, people could turn in bills
Mhm.
to her estate.
Yeah, that's the first
If
thing
the
that
estate
came to
is
mind.
still open.
What kind of dollar amount are we talking about?
So like the one is 333.57, and then this other one is 728.76.
And this is, I missed, what is this, water?
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
Water and sewer.
Okay.
because the second person owned that trailer that's by the museum,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was like some sort of divorce.
Yes, yeah.
And then,
Oh, they weren't very good.
you know. So I didn't know if we wanted to do the writing off thing at the December.
On those two, obviously.
Yeah,
Oh, and then I was also wondering if any of those towns had a policy. So like I have 2 accounts that the one people haven't paid on since like May and June. Can I just send those?
Say that
And
again,
then-
please.
Just send them to collections.
Okay.
Oh,
You
Collection.
know, like a policy on like,
right.
Oh, how
After so
long
many
you
days.
wait?
right,
Yeah.
90 days.
right, and they fit in
Yeah.
90 days.
So, yeah,
And then the other one, they haven't paid since like June, July.
yeah, so
Oh,
still within
definitely.
90.
Mm-hmm.
And both of those like moved out, they left,
Yeah.
Mm.
so.
And that's where the problem is when we let them get very far,
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
and
then
maybe
it makes
that,
it harder.
right, but, I mean, it's kind of a bugger, but with the increase of the base water bill now, you know, it used to be that $100 deposit would cover if they didn't pay their last bill, but now it
That's a good
doesn't.
point, right.
So maybe we need to look, I mean, when you're moving, $200 deposit is kind of steep, but that would at least cover.
In today's
At least
economy,
1
it
month.
probably is not a line.
Right, so maybe we can look at increasing the
Yeah.
deposit also.
And I mean, like both of these, I had to like babysit every
Right.
month because they just couldn't afford, and then
Mhm.
it just kept getting higher.
Yeah, so,
No,
Maybe
yeah, but
the
you need a
90.
standard, so like if we said 90 days, then you
90.
know
mhm,
anything over 90 days, then you can turn in without having to wait
Yeah.
for meeting and.
Mm-hmm.
Seems reasonable.
Plus, then we'd have a standard thing that everybody would,
Yep,
or could be aware of. let's put it that way.
yeah, I mean, you can tell them that, you know, you're reaching the 90 days and then it's automatically turned over, so.
So Todd Caves did get a hold of me about finally looking over the zoning ordinances.
mhm,
It's probably been like 2 years that he's been trying to.
at least.
So he's gonna come to our December meeting. Now, his whole spiel that he's gonna do is probably 45 minutes. So that's why the meeting starts at 6:15. So, and I have zoning board coming, you guys will be here. Cedric will be here. And then I think it's mainly like an introduction to everything he's gonna do. And then setting a committee to go through every section of the ordinance. So, yeah. Should be fun.
Mhm.
Gotta do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got some really outdated.
And then with all of that, he'll finally give us like some updated zoning maps. Cause one of the ones I have is like 1996.
Which wasn't that long ago, Brenda.
I was 6.
Just remember, we do have employee review on the agenda, so just be.
Okay, I think that's all I have.
Okay. Thank you. All right, approval of claims.
I'll make a motion.
Just a second.
A motion by Joe, second by Rick. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Oh, Financial report. Anything you need to say about the financial report?
Oh, I was trying to clear up some of the things, because you know, with
Yes.
all the projects, I used the wrong fund or whatever, and then it's not equaling out. And so, a couple places I highlighted that I gotta do some one place, I gotta investigate. And then for the longest time, Water Southeast Edition had negative 19,000. So I finally asked Cedric what part of the Southeast development was that and what part was ours. So the development board is giving us the 12,422. And then I can just take that account off.
Thank you. Anyone from the council have anything you noticed about financial report? Okay. Is there a motion to approve the financial report?
I'll make the motion.
A second.
Motion by Austin, second by Jeremy. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Building permits?
How does somebody moving in a container constitute a building permit or not?
I think we said it has to be temporary, didn't we? Like once another resident wanted to put one in their yard as a shed. It could be there, it had to be on a pad if it was staying.
If it's permanent, no.
Yeah,
What constitutes temporary?
well, I think if it's on a pad, it can.
Well,
stay,
if
yeah.
you're saying temporary, though.
Yeah, what-
Yeah.
I mean, what constitutes
Is it months,
90 days?
years?
Well, that's a good question. You know, we ought to put a clock to that.
Yeah, some use it for remodeling. They put everything into a.
Sure. But it doesn't take 3 years to.
No. No, that's the thing. I didn't know what.
I do remember someone on Fremont Avenue South had talked to like me and David about a shipping container, but that was a couple of years ago. And I think it was said that it would have to be conditional use permit, and then the neighbors would have to okay it.
Well, I do know of another one coming in, might already be here. Not mine.
Is it R1 or commercial or?
Commercial. Well, coming what's in the Main Street, but. So I'm
On the very end.
assuming, what?
On the very end of Maine.
Yeah. Might be on the east side too.
I don't know if that was zone, what is that zone? I was thinking it wasn't zoned right.
I know my building's not zoned right over here. In fact, a whole bunch of that over there isn't zoned right. So, yeah, it used to be the county was, as long as it wasn't on a permanent foundation or something, then it wasn't taxable. But then they had somebody that all of a sudden had 10, 12 buildings all sitting on blocks. So then they address that by changing it, that a structure is a structure type thing, so. So I don't know if it addressed it in the ordinance as far as,
Normally it's,
I mean,
Double
containers are kind of such a new thing that
mhm.
I'm sure it's not in the 1996 ordinance.
Well, that isn't one of those things that we're just, we have to review it every couple of months or something. To
According
keep
to,
it going, otherwise it gets denied.
according to this and that, it's R1.
So I was thinking, I don't think it was
Yeah, that's not zoned
properly.
correctly neither,
Okay.
but I just was mentioned since some of that kind of stuff was brought up. but-
So for the people who wind up on the ordinance
Oh,
committee, that would be a
Yes.
good thing to keep in mind, how to
On
update
zoning,
language.
yep.
We can't, yeah, we can't let one, because we'll,
Right,
I gotta let the rest.
yeah. But, you know, as we move forward with updating our ordinances,
Mhm.
make sure we get that corrected. Okay. Nuisance properties. I think fall is done,
Pretty much.
so,
After this week,
I
next
did
week.
reach out to Tim, right after our last meeting,
yeah,
to see if he could get the detailed listing
Right.
of everything.
yeah,
I talked to him too about that too.
Okay, because he didn't respond to the email, and I know that his mother died.
oh,
Right,
So
right.
then he was in
Same.
charge of whatever, so I don't know.
oh, sure,
He just might need some time.
yeah. Well, yeah, and
Cause I just called him and visited and I said, man, if you could stop by sometime when you're going through, if you got a few minutes so we could visit and narrow
specify,
down
yeah,
what just exactly needs to be done on some of these places that would help me in some instances too.
okay, new business, the Mill Nest property. In your packets, we had pictures, we did get the okay from Wilkinson to abate. But want to do some discussion before we move ahead to make sure.
So Brian did get numbers from Bodie. It was at 5,300 to 5,800, depending upon how much the house is basement, which it doesn't have, he found out. It's like a crawl space that's 10 by 10.
So it should be that 5,300.
Right.
Mhm.
And like that's clean sweep.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that big tree that's bad behind it.
That'll be all gone.
Yep.
So then this city will own that lot then, or is that still the county's until?
It's still with the
Right, and then
county,
we
but
just submit the billing, the invoices to the county.
Oh, okay.
Like, this is what we did on that
Barn.
yeah. But I mean, obviously, we haven't been paid back for that because
Mhm.
nothing's been settled,
Mhm.
so.
But then that would be attached to that property and that would have to be paid to be able to get clear title in,
Yeah.
I would assume.
That would sure help clean up that area.
Um,
It's not fair to the neighbors because they can't do nothing.
mhm.
You know, it's up to the city now. It's in the city's hands really to.
Yeah, well, yeah, because kids have been exploring and who can blame them?
Kids explore.
Yeah,
Yeah, if he was alive, he would definitely, be getting stuff taken care of, but he's nobody's there. I mean, so I feel it should be done, should be taken care of.
does that mean that was a motion?
I'll make a motion.
To go ahead and debate with voting?
Mhm.
I'll second that.
Motion by Jeremy, second by Joel. Any further discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. The other thing is employee review. Someone probably going to want to go into executive
Yep.
later for that. Okay. All right. Other new business, alcohol beverage license hearing. Approve one alcoholic beverage license application for the American Legion retail on sale.
These are all renewals, nothing's new here, because it,
Nothing, well, there will be one change, but is that today? Yeah. But yeah, it's, so this is the same.
Okay.
well, I'm talking about all these liquor licenses. I didn't see any new licenses.
There are not new ones.
Okay,
no.
so all these are, they just need to be renewed.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. So is there a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion to approve the legions.
I'll second.
I see they had a pretty good crowd last night.
Yeah.
Motion by Austin, second by Joel. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approve one alcoholic beverage license for the Lake Preston Cafe retail on sale restaurant liquor.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Rick, second by is it Austin.
Mhm.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approve two alcoholic beverage license applications for New Horizon. First being retail on sale and then package off sale liquor.
So motion.
Those have to be separate, or can they do them at the same?
I think it could be done separately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Two separate.
Oh, yeah, so.
Two separate licenses, are there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So somebody will make the
He
motion.
made the motion.
Yeah, I'll make the motion for the on sale.
I'll second it.
A motion by Joel, second by Rick. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And off sale?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Austin, second by Joel. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. This is the only difference. Approve one alcoholic beverage license for the other bar being retail on sale. So they are not applying for the off sale at the other bar, which they had previously carried. So,
Okay.
all right,
I'll make the motion for the on sale.
okay.
I'll second.
Motion by Rick, second by Austin. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Proof of loss with the park vandalism.
Does that mean there's a license available?
Off
That
sale?
would be for package.
Yeah, we have to have two off sale because the
We have
state,
two on sale.
yeah,
Yeah, so like
They
Fox Play,
changed
whatever.
it this year. They gave municipalities under 1,000 another off sale. So technically there's two.
So like Fox Play or
Boomers.
Boomers or,
If somebody wanted to do
Meters.
package then.
And I
Yeah.
haven't talked to Justin again, but Boomers is owned by Coles Petroleum from Madison.
Yep.
And one day he came in here and said something about, he wants to do lottery
Mm-hmm.
room there. And so he said something about you have to have on sale. I'm like, I don't know. So he was gonna call the state. Like he almost made it seem you have to have on sale to have lottery machines.
Does Handy Mart have on sale?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem.
No.
like
They've got
it.
off sale,
They have
right?
off sale,
Same with the one in D. Smith, both of them.
yeah,
Oh, that's a good one.
yeah,
Actually, I don't even know
So
if
is
the Cowboy
that
has
a
liquor.
requirement?
I don't know.
Seems weird.
I don't think the Cowboy even has liquor. They've got
Uh-uh.
malt, but
And they have machines.
yeah.
Well, so I haven't heard anything else.
Yeah.
on that.
Okay,
Well, weren't they gonna add on to?
yes.
Well, yeah, they were.
Right. Cause they did the building permit.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I think at that time it will be up to the council to decide, like, when I had the bait shop, the council said no, because it was too close to the school, which means the boomers couldn't either, but my philosophy is you can get drunk on booze as easily as beer, so that logic failed me, but.
Okay, so this, I don't know if we wanna wait to sign it, because, like, I was talking to Brian this morning, you know, this insurance guy he took off the rainbow play system at the park, and we were
Oh.
fine with that. But like with the big equipment and the tornado shelter, that was like 20,000
Yeah.
by itself.
Right,
Now they're only gonna do a percent.
yeah,
Looked like.
and I heard that person might be back in town,
Oh, really?
that's what I heard,
Lovely.
I mean,
There's a,
huh?
there's a vehicle sitting there.
Oh,
Yeah,
there is a new vehicle? Oh,
so it might be that we can,
okay. I mean, I can call tomorrow to.
yeah, I mean, that's a big difference.
Right. Cause replacement
'Cause there's-
cost, depreciation.
Yeah,
Um,
But the
Really?
premium's not going down any.
no,
So I don't know if you guys know. I'm
Yeah.
in my note or anything.
okay, so with the vandalism at the park, we sustained loss and damage of $21,143.90.
21 what?
$21,143.90. Thank you. The amount they're willing to reimburse us is $13,339.59. So
So
with
are
a
we in-
depreciation of $7,304.31.
so is everything insured as actual cash value or replacement cost?
It says replacement cost is the 21,000. And then depreciated a third.
But see, if you have replacement costs, you usually only have a deductible, you don't have
It's a
depreciation.
$500 deductible.
Yeah, but you don't have a depreciation amount. That's actual cash value.
You have to look at our policy.
Yeah.
See what we're paying for. If we're paying
Because
for,
if they're insuring us as actual cash value, we might as well take the insurance off this building because they're gonna say it has no value.
it's
Mhm.
depreciated.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
depreciated out.
Basically, they wanna pay you 63 cents on the dollar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's what it is.
so how long a lifespan do they say that building has? If it's already
Right.
depreciated that much,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
only worth 63 cents on the dollar now.
yeah. And the way building expenses have gone up, I have a
Yeah.
hard time believing that.
They haven't dropped the premium.
No. So sounds like you are not in favor of agreeing to that
No.
settlement?
not till we know more.
Okay,
And I sent out an email to him, and he never responded.
yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, they probably figured it was worth a shot, but. Okay, so resolution 105, tac 107, tac 25. You said this is
You probably only need to read like the top couple paragraphs. I was supposed to have this at the October meeting. I forgot. So
All right, resolution 107, TAC 25 is a resolution adopting the Kingsbury County pre-disaster mitigation plan for 2024 through 2030. Whereas Kingsbury County received assistance in the preparation of the Kingsbury County Pre-Disaster Mitigation Plan 2024 to 2030 from representatives of the City of Lake Preston and received funding from the South Dakota Office of Emergency Management /FEMA. And whereas several public planning meetings were held between January of 2024 and January of 2025 regarding the development and review of the Kingsbury County Pre-Disaster Mitigation Plan 2024 through 2030. And whereas the Kingsbury County Pre-Disaster Mitigation Plan 2024 through 2030, it was sure easy in the 1900s, contains several potential future projects to mitigate hazard damage in the city of Lake Preston. That's the first three. Whereas FEMA has rendered its approval and duly noticed public hearing was held on January 16th. And whereas duly noticed public meeting held at Lake Preston City Council November 10th. Now therefore be it resolved that the Lake Preston City Council adopts the Kingsbury County Pre-Disaster Mitigation Plan 2024 through 2030, adopted and signed this 10th day of November 2025. All right, and the resolution, we'll do a roll call vote. Joe?
I
Oh, yeah, motion.
also move.
Second.
All right, now, Joe, Jeremy.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Mm-hmm. Aye.
Motion carries with all ayes. And we have resolution 108, TAC 25. Oh, good, even finer print. 108, TAC 25, resolution in support of an application for financial assistance to the South Dakota Housing and Development Authority by the City of Lake Preston for the benefit of single-family housing development. Whereas the City of Lake Preston has determined it is necessary to proceed with improvements to the city's infrastructure, thus enabling additional single-family housing to be constructed in the city limits of Lake Preston. And whereas the city has determined financial assistance will be necessary to undertake the project, and an application for financial assistance to the South Dakota Housing and Development Authority shall be prepared by the City of Lake Preston for the proposed development. And whereas the city will work with its engineer to ensure the preliminary project infrastructure plans meet the city's requirements for adequate drinking water, water treatment capacity and distribution, storm sewer, and all other necessary improvements as needed. And whereas the city has adequate treatment facilities and water supply to accommodate the proposed development, and whereas the city is committed to the ownership and long-term maintenance of said infrastructure where upon acceptance and the conditions set forth in the certificate of completion that the said infrastructure and systems shall meet the specifications, materials, and equipment set forth as shown on the approved plans in said agreement. And whereas the 2021 City of Lake Preston Housing Study identified the need for additional owner-occupied housing in the moderate to market price range and increase in the variety of housing types, designs, and densities. And whereas the city acknowledges that there is a significant housing shortage in Lake Preston and this proposed development will help but not resolve the housing shortage. Now therefore be it resolved by the City of Lake Preston as follows. 1, the City Council hereby supports the submission of an application for financial assistance by the City of Lake Preston to the South Dakota Housing and Development Authority. 2, city officials of the City of Lake Preston are hereby authorized to deliver such documents as necessary to assist with the application. Is there a motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
All right, roll call vote. Rick,
Yep.
Austin,
Yep.
Joel.
Yep.
Jeremy.
Yep.
And
Aye.
Come on. Here we are.
I was gonna say A. Hey.
You're the one who used to say wee wee.
Yeah.
closing of Main Street, December 7th. Highway 14 to 4th Street North for the Parade of Lights.
I'll make a motion to close Main Street.
Okay,
I'll second.
motion by Rick, second by Austin. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And we have summer rec applicant.
So I think I have one softball. And then the line below it, and you know how the one year you coached, was it
Yeah.
AU? And you didn't take pay or whatever.
Right.
And so Brett Anderson doing 10U softball to help out.
Okay,
And so he was discussing with Amber about doing the same type of thing,
okay,
but like you guys okaying it. So
okay. No, we're going to make him get paid? Like, no, we'll make him get paid? Okay. All right, so Amber, as always, is on top of it. Ready to continue with the softball program, so.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Joe to hire, and second by Joel. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And then, looks like Brett. Do we have his, or is it,
no,
Okay.
I think it was just verbal between
oh, yeah,
him and Amber.
all
I
right.
mean, honestly,
She can have whatever assistant she wants, so.
right, I think we wanted this documented.
All right, we will document. Is there a motion to approve Brett to take over the 10U responsibilities, Brett Anderson, without pay?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And I mean, honestly, Bree
Yeah,
was gonna be the baseball, but she didn't get the application into me, so.
okay. We'll be ready with our eyes next month, I'm sure. All right, Southeast Edition,
it.
yeah, I was just going to explain. Back, when development was happening, the city at that time gifted the development board money to work on that project. And now it is here, wondering if city council is going to want that money back in the amount of 150,000. And I will be very mindful of my discussion being on both city and development board, so.
So like our ARPA dollars were 99,248. And then of our own funds, it was 48,779.13. And so the total would be 148,027.91.
And so is it my understanding that the development board got funds back for doing that? It just wasn't there when they needed it, or?
Right, so development board did get housing funds back, yes.
like this all happened because one house was ahead of the game. And so then we had to put in water and sewer and street to get there.
Mhm.
So I think that's why we used our ARPA.
Right, that's what I was thinking, this was started, but the development board hadn't got funds to keep,
Right.
so that's why it was,
Like, I don't think they had closed on their tip yet.
right?
Mm-mm.
So this would basically just reimburse for the stuff that the development board was originally gonna do anyway, or?
At the time the money was given, there was not the expectation that it would be repaid. But it has been brought up that, perhaps the city would like that money back. So I have a message from the secretary of the development board. Not the development board is saying no, that the city is fully acknowledging that the city gave the money.
When was this?
When,
2020 maybe?
There should be dates on those.
Whenever Jake put up his house, that's.
Right. Was it 21? 22.
so, it says the development board has a few unknowns as far as our future our being the development board, future costs. Water drainage solution for the southeast development could be up to $50,000. Cedric was at our last meeting, so, that's something coming up. Infrastructure and our road costs, definitely for the airport. And then if the TIF is not approved for the hayfield, then it would be up to the development board to get those lots ready. So, it says, road costs to get airport development started. It's not a, we will never give them money. It's more, we can't right now until we get a few projects in motion toward developments in Lake Preston. So that because we haven't had a meeting since this was presented. So that was just the secretary's quick input.
And I think it kind of just went straight to development board. And I thought that it needed to go through this table before.
Is there a compelling reason why we should get it back and not leave it there for future use?
I think one of the main things that was discussed was like paving,
To be able to pave more
Contributing
roads.
right.
projects that we have going on,
Yeah,
to the point.
yeah.
Well, and it could be if we got it back, if the development corporation needed something to make a project happen, we could always turn around and give them money back also,
So,
type thing.
Kind of like how
yeah.
the fire department does it.
Yeah, kind of like a loan type thing or something.
Does, right, so how easy would that be down the road? Let's say this development board needs $150,000 to be able to do the airport. How do they ask? Because if, again, I'm being very respectful of both hats, okay? But a thought is if the city doesn't have the $150,000 to do the paving of the streets now, how can we even imagine that the city will have the $150,000 to do the infrastructure at the time the request is made?
Mhm.
Again, I am not swaying
Yep.
opinion.
No, and that's why, I mean, that city gave it to when they did, because the development board didn't have the money to do that then.
I think what might be helpful is maybe if one or two people from city council went to the next development board meeting and just had a conversation with the development board, because I mean, if this was 2022, did you say, Cedric?
Yes.
It-
Well,
Or 2023?
I don't know if you have any input on any of this.
Yes, so the 99,000, that was part of the local ARPA money that was kind of kicked out with all that funding.
Right.
I don't know the 48,000, I'm not sure what that exactly was.
It was all in the fronting
Okay,
bill.
gotcha,
Yeah.
yeah, so that was like the services and some of that additional water main, okay. Yeah, so that local ARPA money was kind of went to the city for the city's use essentially towards
Towards
whatever.
infrastructure.
Yep. And yes, I don't know, I mean, ultimately I think the city and the development board have worked good together in throughout kind of all of this. You know, I don't know exactly how the TIF process went down on the Southeast Development, just mainly because Banner wasn't a part of that. I would assume the city was a supporter of the TIF or signed
off,
yeah,
yes.
as part of the TIF, which would be, I'm assuming the same stance the city would take moving forward on any other projects or, you know, that the development board, if they would look to move towards a TIF on anything else as well. Other than that, yeah, Prunty put those utilities in, I think it was like September of 2022. And I think working through the TIF and the South Dakota housing application, that all took place after that. And then, cause then it got backdated to February 1st, I think of 23. So anything prior to February 1st of 2023 was not eligible to be included with the costs to get the South Dakota housing grant money or that reimbursement back, if I remember correctly. Because it's kind of similar to what we're doing right now for the hayfield. It has to be after February 1st of 2023 to be included with the costs.
Separated. Yeah. So, yeah, because it was 2 to almost 3 years ago, I don't know, is that the council
Yep.
needs to make a decision and can maybe have a conversation
Right?
with the
Yeah.
development board?
Did you look back through the minutes? Like, was it just gifted to the development board then?
I can,
I don't know when that would have been, or like if it was, did this council at the time think they're getting reimbursed when the TIF come in?
I'm pretty sure there was nothing, no.
No, it was just,
I'm pretty sure there was.
it was just,
Yeah.
do it and,
I think they just needed help. And
They needed help to finish the project
The
and the city
house
stepped
out
up.
there needed.
gotcha.
'Cause, yeah. We can always put it back on the agenda in December. Well, the next development board meeting, it might not be until after, so it would be January, but
Wow, and it's not like a life or death thing, so.
yeah, development board meets on the 15th, so
Yeah, it's
So
gonna
we
be
could wait
slow.
until after.
Yeah.
January 15th?
December.
December.
15th.
Oh, December.
Yeah, and I will not be at that meeting, so I can
They meet
100%
November.
be
What?
out of the mix.
They made November 15th too then, or? on the
No, we already met in November,
15th? Oh, gotcha.
so it'll be December 15th, so.
So the development board's moving forward out to the airport now then, or is?
Well, that will be the next
Okay.
after, whatever happens with the hayfield.
So
We'll
the
find out.
development board is doing
first.
that, or the city's doing that?
City's doing the TIF, development board still owns the land.
Gotcha.
TIFs are easier going through city,
Mm.
so.
Okay, so this was in February 2022. We've discussed the ARPA funds being used towards the manor infrastructure due to needing it completed in a timely manner. Council viewed the mapping for extended Fifth Street and vacating parking by 4th Street, which was once used for manor parking. Motion by McMaster, seconded by Buman, to approve using ARPA funds on manor infrastructure.
I think it was the fact that kind of between a rock and a hard place, it had to get done. We were the only one that had the funds.
Right.
So I don't know that it was ever discussed whether we get it back or not, or if it's a loan or whatever and stuff, so I don't know that I remember any
Well,
clear,
Wherever the funds are, it's
That's it.
gonna be to the city's benefit.
Mhm.
so. No, I'd say let's just see what plays out. January or something like that, and let's get this year finished up and all that stuff, and then,
Worry about that.
yeah, another day, because like you said, it's been going on for a couple of years,
Well, I mean, it's not
almost
like
3 now,
somebody's
so.
bought a new car with the funds.
So, the city was gonna use it for paving on Fifth Street then to continue Fifth Street, or what was the,
Probably second,
what,
probably second.
Second Street?
Oh, for the upcoming, you mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, what would the funds were being used?
Yeah, I think it was probably Second Street.
Second Street.
And then now that we have that extra chip sealing and stuff,
Gotcha.
like, I don't know if we'll have to separate some of that out, like, do what was supposed to be this year and then wait another year for what was supposed to happen in 26.
Cause there's
Yeah.
not, cause the budget don't have, there's not enough in this.
Well, but we budgeted for this year, so, and we have it budgeted for next year.
We'll roll it forward, we'll roll it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're rolling, but, yeah.
yeah, so,
The chip sealing part,
yeah, so that part, I understand adding on Second Street would be a new
Yeah.
thing, but
Right.
yeah.
New chunk.
so that's what they just thought, if they got that funds back, they would use it for additional paving.
Right.
Gotcha.
Are there two people?
Well, behind the Lutheran church.
Oh,
Because we had just sent actually a letter to the state requesting that, depending how it all plays out, seeing where the state would be to change order something eligible work under the contract. One of those was Second Street and one of those was the alley behind the Lutheran church.
gotcha.
That
It's
gets the
absurd,
drainage
so.
stuff.
Drainage and that road that got tore up from construction.
Are there two, I suppose it could be three, as long as we don't have quorum. Are there people who would be interested in going to the December 15th meeting?
I will.
Okay,
I'd have to check my calendar.
okay,
You know, that's a month out.
yeah.
It'll be kind of busy for the next few
That's
weeks
it,
here.
December's a little bit crazy, but
Yeah,
I would know closer.
I thought Eric told me there was a meeting in December.
well, he was wrong. He was at the one last week and it was decided December 15th,
Oh, okay.
so,
There's a lot of us there.
yeah, you remember, right? Okay, so yeah, we'll just plan on that,
It's Monday the 15th.
yes,
Okay, so
6:30.
you and Jeremy.
6:30?
Yes,
And possibly Joel. Maybe. I said and possibly.
okay. All right, employee concerns.
You're up, Doug.
I think I wanna discuss something executive for legal.
Okay. Brenda?
I think I'm good, except for, so like on Wednesday, like I have a lot of stuff that needs to happen in here.
When they're doing the water tower, there ain't gonna be no parking, you're gonna have it all boarded off, so if you wanna close the door.
I'd wear a hard
So
hat.
it'll be closed from, the barricades are going up right here at the alley. So literally nobody's gonna, the only way to get to City Hall is they'd either have to park in the alley or the back.
No, I know, like myself, like scanning in documents, getting
You can be in
everything
here.
filled out.
You can be in here.
Oh, I can be in here?
Yeah, you'll be
Oh,
fine.
sweet,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. But that is a good point, because
The sidewalks,
we're
are-
gonna have the.
You can't
alley
get out,
closed.
but you can get in.
Right, I'll leave my car wherever, but
Right, but even for people coming here, so that there's gonna be barricades in the alley behind City Hall, so they can't go east. There's gonna be barricades on Third Street, so they can't go east.
yeah, I'm totally fine with that.
I said, maybe you should just post out that the office will be closed, so that they don't try and
Yeah,
get
maybe
past the
I'll do
barricade.
like a Facebook.
Yep.
post, Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe it's closed. Yeah, I don't know. Otherwise, they'll have to park here by
Right.
where Aflac was and walk.
Well, I'm more for, yeah, they're gonna come by there and be looky-loos too far
Mhm.
past
Right.
the barricades.
Go walk to the end of the corner, look up.
Yeah.
God, that's a big chunk of steel.
Yes, on Third Street, it'll be the alleys each way.
Yep.
Of Lake. And then on, Lake Avenue, the barricades will be at Second and at Fourth.
Yep.
It'll be just enough room to get the semis in off of Fourth, come down, load out, go straight to Highway 14.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know what the odds of the whole thing falling on the city hall building.
I don't think it's their first time.
No,
Anything's
it's
possible.
all coming down in pieces, so it should.
We didn't build it.
We don't need a new Brenda, though.
I was thinking about.
Yeah, but the way the insurance looks, it looks like we wouldn't get it. As I say, this is all
Use
depreciated
Doug's
out.
hard hat where you're sitting in the office.
Or that for the safety vest, at least.
Can
Reflect
find you.
Keep your phone on you.
Be like some of those cartoons where it's just feet underneath the helmet type thing, waddling along.
Did you have anything else?
No.
Okay, Joe.
No.
Jeremy?
I don't think so. I think we're good.
Joel?
Nothing's been brought up to me.
Okay, Austin?
I don't know if this is just one person, but somebody had mentioned something with, they thought the new water, there was a bleach taste or odor to it. I haven't noticed it though. But you said today we just got on the new tower, correct?
They've been on the
They've
tower
been on the
before.
other
We've
tower.
been on it.
I don't know if they're, I mean, I'm sure if there was anything, it'd be gone. Yeah, I didn't know, kind of going.
There were some
The only thing I could,
sterilization procedures.
That was all flushed.
out.
Yeah.
I know.
yeah, so like
I
they had to
don't know.
read back to you the
I'm
the
gonna
new
use the
tower.
fresh water.
But the chlorine that gets put up there, it sits so long in the new tower that it actually, the residual just kind of burns itself off into the new
Okay.
tower.
Okay.
But I mean, there is the potential that there was a chlorine pocket here or
Yeah.
there from
Right.
all the projects that
I
worked
got
itself
figured it-
loose between.
If there was anything, it's gone by now.
And it might have been a little stronger because we actually tested it ourselves. And it was a little higher than like what Kingbrook sends out, but it was like 1.5% per points below state specs. So
Hmm.
it was still very, very drinkable.
But they might have noticed.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, just the odor or something, and
that's what I got.
but we checked it ourselves.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I haven't
It's
noticed
just
anything.
maybe a little
so.
stronger than what they're used to getting at the first, after they
Mhm.
treated it, so.
Well, and get some water ran through consistently off the new tower.
Mhm.
Yeah.
These mains to where
Yeah.
Brian and Doug aren't having to close valves every week.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, at least they work. I mean, that's they turn easy.
yeah. So,
Thank you.
These sound like tea.
I do have one thing. It seems like we have to bring this up way too often, but I think as a city, we are very fortunate to have the employees we have. And if our folks could just treat our employees with some respect, some of the phone calls that Brenda has to take, like there is absolutely no reason that anyone should be spoken to in such a manner. And
It's a little out of line.
yeah, like if you have a problem, by all means, I have business cards now, so maybe put my business card out there so they can see. Like, I have a new email address. They can send me hate mail. I don't know, but please stop taking it out on Brenda because
Well, she has very little to do with any of this. She's just the
Right.
face of it all.
yeah. So please just be respectful of one another. I realize it's not how the world operates, but we can make it how Lake Preston operates.
You know? Did you want me to talk to you like that?
So, yeah,
Good point.
so that's my 2 cents. So, is there a motion to go into executive for sure legal, and we need personnel for employees, so.
So our next regular meeting.
Oh,
is
yes.
December 8th.
at 6:15.
It's right there anyways.
He was pretty specific. He said 45 minutes.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna stay awake that long.
All right, so is there a motion to go
I'll make a
into,
motion.
I'll tell you.
motion by Jeremy, seconded by Rick. We're hereby in executive at 8:35.